We are live. What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Highly unlikely. This is supposed to be our Wednesday episode, but my bitch-ass group from school doesn't do anything as per usual. So here we are. We're recording one episode this week, so y'all can suck it. This is what you get.
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much, man. Like I said, dealing with fucking idiots at school. I'm sure you can't really relate to that because you're the fucker who wouldn't do anything in the group projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You just gotta know who to sit beside, you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much it. Did you actually like anything in school? Like, was there like one subject where you're like, I actually kind of dig this?
I don't know.
That's a no.
Guess not really, no. Nah, not really, man. I don't know. I did take law, actually, which it was kind of interesting. Just didn't know after that I would go on the exact opposite side.
Trained?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
But, nah, I was just kind of more social guy, you know what I mean? Clearly. Yeah. So, but if I would have to do it now, like, obviously, I would do it way different. Like
spelling, ripping up the spelling bees every single year.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
What would you have done if you do it differently? If you could do it all over.
I would actually do the work.
Yeah.
That's
but
what
like,
I would do.
Would you go to college? Like, what would you do?
Well, I don't know. I would try. Knowing what I know now, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I take a lot of interest in like a lot of shit. But back then it wasn't. It wasn't my main focus.
You're trying to get your dick wet.
So, and not even that, just like.
Don't even front like it wasn't that too.
No, it wasn't. It was like always hanging out with like actually my bros more than anything. Like cutting school, hanging out with other guys from other schools. Like,
Sounds
yeah,
sus.
girls would be there, sure, but it was more like hanging out with my bros. It wasn't just to do it for the fact of girls. No.
That sounds sus, bro. That's one of the most sus things I've ever said.
No, man. Just roll different, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. The boys are what's up. What you got going on, buddy? How's your week?
I was alright, man. Pretty chill. How about you?
Honestly, not a whole lot.
I guess you got that whole school thing.
Dude, that's feels like the last 2 weeks. That's all it's been. It's been brutal. Really, nothing's going on.
Is this for like midterms or no? What is this for?
Midterms? I had a midterm on Tuesday, and then I got another one next week, and then I have a term project next week too. So it's been a gong show of a couple weeks.
Shitty.
But we're getting through it.
Nobody pulling their weight, obviously. Then.
Dude, never do. Never ever do. Honestly, actually, I shouldn't say that. There's two of them who didn't pull any weight, but then the other two are just unintelligent. This is what.
So they try, but they're just dumb.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like,
well, at least they try.
If you wanted to go to college, you could do it, bro. Like,
oh, I know. I
got some dumbasses.
I went for like a cup of coffee, and I quit. Like, yeah, I went just to check it out. It was alright, I guess.
You get like the tour.
Yeah, where did I go to? Douglas College.
Fuck yeah,
that's
bro.
what I did. Yeah.
Douglas is.
It's like cool. See you guys. Yeah. Fuck. That's all you've been doing in school, man? Just chilling?
Dude, I have a very boring week to report.
What? Not much going on in the weekend. I guess what Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
Dude, this is the thing. Like, as much as only having one episode this week kind of sucks, there wasn't that much going on this week. It was a really slow week.
Yeah.
No fights, no sports really on last weekend. Yeah. I was locked down with school stuff. Like, it was a boring ass week, to be really honest with you.
Yeah, I've been just like basketball and.
Clearly, you're watching it right fucking now.
Yeah. Got to. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, definitely not. No. When are the next set of fights?
In a couple weeks now. Speaking of basketball, did you see that girl, Donald Duck ass?
Courtside Karen?
Yeah, dude.
I got it here, bro.
That shit cracked me up so much. Dude, first off, she's gonna get her man killed one day by speaking up against a 6'8" black dude. Like,
did you see Buddy?
Pardon? Yeah.
Like, obviously on the sauce.
Oh, dude,
Braun went at him for being on the sauce too, right?
Big boy, bro.
Told her to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty funny actually, and like I know she got kicked out. Even LeBron said afterwards, he didn't think that was warranted. But
he was cracking up at the press conference.
Yeah, he was. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this shit here.
Did you see the disrespect that this woman pulled on her man? Posting the photos with 2 Chainz on her Instagram?
Posting a photo of what, sorry?
Her and 2 Chainz.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Like some absolute clout-chasing groupie.
Are we surprised though?
Dude, so funny.
She says she's 25 years old. A lot of people don't believe that shit.
Dude, she has a kid who's like 9 years old.
She alleges that James told her to sit the fuck down, bitch, and she threatened to fuck him up.
That's my guy.
And she's like, I go, don't fucking talk to my husband. And I guess LeBron looked at her and said, sit the fuck down, bitch. And I guess it went from there. Here, this is LeBron speaking about it.
Yo, she deleted the photo.
I'm happy fans are back in the building. I miss that interaction. I need that interaction. We as players need that interaction. I don't feel like it was warranted to be kicked out. There was a back and forth between two grown men, and which we said our piece. He said his piece. I said my piece. And then when someone else jumped into it and said their piece.
His bitch.
But I don't think they were, should have been kicked out. But they might have had a couple of drinks maybe, and they could have probably kept it going, and the game wouldn't have been about the game no more. So the referees did what they had to do. It's fine. I don't think, taking down the mask or whatever the case may be at that point in time, would have harmed anybody but the people that was right next to her. I wasn't close enough to her. I don't think any of my teammates was close enough to them. Maybe a couple of refs, maybe. So I hope they're okay. But safety first.
Man, safety first.
Yeah, they say safety first, but that's these guys at courtside.
Okay, one thing I gotta give props to her about though. She bout that life, bro. Like some dude talks smack to her, man. She right in on it. You're a clown because it's LeBron James, but still, she bout that. You know what I mean?
Those kind of girls cause a lot of problems for
that's also
their boyfriends.
Dude, that's ride or die.
So here's courtside Karen after the game.
So I'm minding my own business, and Chris has been a Hawks fan forever. He's been watching the games for 10
Her
years.
boyfriend.
Whatever. He has this issue with LeBron. I don't have an issue with LeBron. I don't give a fuck about LeBron. Anyway, I'm minding my own business, drinking my having fun. All of a sudden, LeBron says something to my husband, and I see this, and I stand up and go, don't fucking talk to my husband. And he looks at me and he goes, sit the fuck down, bitch. And I go, don't fucking call me a bitch. You get the fuck out of here. And I go, don't fucking talk to my husband like that. Don't talk to my husband. And he literally was like, fuck you, bitch. Sit down, bitch. And all of a sudden, now I'm getting kicked out. Excuse me, I have courtside seats that I pay for.
He's
Fuck
LeBron.
You, LeBron, you're a fucking pussy. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to let a 25-year-old girl intimidate you during a game? Bye, bitch.
Okay, couple things.
Shoot.
She is not 25. She has a kid who's almost 10.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nobody believes you're 25, so yeah.
The guy's like 60 years old. So you're
He
telling me
is.
that he
60-year-old sauce
he
pig.
knocked up a 12-year-old? That's what you're telling me is going on right now. Shut up.
First of all, LeBron had every right to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Do you think he actually said it?
Yeah, I do.
Because there's no audio, no video, no nothing.
I've read this multiple times, not just from her mouth. So I do believe he did say it. But like, it seems like it was him and her husband going on, and she just got in between. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's got nothing to do with you. Sit at the courtside seat that he bought you. Shut the fuck up. It's got nothing to do with you.
See, this is where we disagree, bro.
Nah.
See, she is a clown because it's LeBron, but she got her husband's back at least. They're both clowns for it, but at least they're clowning together. You know what I mean? That's ride or die.
Nah.
That's ride or die,
just
bro.
Trump shit, man.
100%.
But whatever. It was good. Like, look, we're talking about it, right? So
That shit cracked me up, bro. Also, I think that's the most trash talking LeBron's ever done in a game ever.
Oh, no. I remember, like, two girls going at him. Was it in Toronto?
I'm talking like he never does it to players, though.
Oh, to other players.
That's what I'm saying. That's the most
I've
trash
seen
talk
it
he's
to
ever
fans,
done.
though, before.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, it's the last thing you want to do to the guy because he always turns it up and fucking will torch you. Yeah, but, yeah, it was good, though, I guess. Whatever, got us talking about it. But like you said, I don't think they deserve to get kicked out of the game. But I think the whole pulling the mask down, I think, was her final. That was like, that's it, I guess. That they had their reason to kick her out, I think.
Yeah,
if she
that
wouldn't
was
have
it.
pulled her mask down, I think she would have been fine.
Yeah.
And like LeBron said, it looks like they had a few cocktails and, but
It's
I
a
think
hilarious
just like,
interaction overall.
LeBron says he wants the fans back for that interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Shout out to courtside Karen. She got her 15 minutes, I guess. And, like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she walked back those comments today or whatever. She wasn't going as hard in the paint as she was there.
Pretty much deleted, but she put all of her Instagram stuff to private. Me and my little bro were talking about this yesterday. There was a post that she made, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago of her with 2 chains. Like, just on an NBA court. Like, totally like one of his, like, girls.
Had to have been an Atlanta game.
Yeah.
No, Atlanta has fans. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
But you know how, like, Instagram thoughts, like, clout chase, and they post pictures with rappers and stuff?
Yeah.
It was like that, when it's like, bro, you have a husband and a kid. So she deleted that photo, which is hilarious because, dude, she was getting torched
Like I said,
on
these
Instagram.
kind of girls just get their boyfriend in trouble.
The comments that
You know
you
what
should
I'm
have
saying?
read, though, were ruthless, bro. It was so funny.
Oh, well, she's done. Like I said, 15 minutes. She got her, like, a few followers up. Or like you said, her shit's set to private now, right?
Yeah. She can't handle that.
Yeah, I guess I would love to see her comments.
Where are some of the teams at with the NBA? Because I haven't watched anything right now.
Philly's doing real good.
Embiid's playing, like, MVP level, is what I've heard.
Knicks are playing, like, really decent. Their record's, like, not great, but they're, you know, pretty decent.
Not bottom feeding.
Big surprise, I would say. Dallas is playing like shit. They got torched today by Golden State.
How are the Suns doing?
Suns are doing okay. They started off hot. They're kind of cooling off right now. But I think the biggest shock is honestly Dallas.
They're
They're
that bad?
fucking bad, man. Yeah.
Really?
Golden State put a $147 up on them today.
Holy shit.
At halftime, that game was 76-74 Golden State. It's just wild. No defense.
On both sides of the ball, though.
Just, I think the final score was like 147, 116 or something. Like,
Doesn't Brooklyn play the same way? Like, there was a Brooklyn Hawks game. It was like 149 to 147 or something.
yeah, like I said, when this shit went down, there's no defense being played whatsoever. That's gonna be their downfall because like it might be you'll win games in the regular season, but come playoffs, it's not regular season basketball. It's a totally different game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to need defense. And I know I heard, like, Iman Shumpert's going there. He ain't going to make no fucking difference, man. But they're fucking fun to watch, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Clippers the other night. I'll give that to them. Kyrie had 39.
Has there been any drama between the three of them yet?
No. No, everyone's, like... It's almost like... It's fucked up because, okay, they got rid of Jared Allen, which they had to make the trade, but... Now they have no center. They're putting Durant at center at the end of the games, and that's not gonna cut it, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like, so like DeAndre Jordan sucks now. I hate to say it, but he does at this point of his career. He's like sucked.
Just like old Dwight Howard.
You're just done, you know. Like no disrespect, but father time, right? You know. And the bigger dudes, like speaking of Dallas, Porzingis looks awful, right? I think the bigger dudes they decline way quicker.
Oh, 100%.
So
It's
I
like
don't know,
running backs in the
Porzingis-
NFL. They get
Eh?
beat. So it's like running backs in the NFL. They get beat up. If you're getting
with
close
KP,
to 300 pounds and you're,
the injuries.
7 foot, bro, you're
The
going to be
injuries. After
blowing
all
out
those surgeries?
knees, ankles. You're blowing
Yeah.
out everything. It's
so after
so
all
much
those
weight.
surgeries, you're done, man.
So much weight coming down on 1 foot, 1 ankle. Like, you're going to be blowing stuff out all the time.
So yeah, I don't know. See what happens with Brooklyn. They're like I said, they're fucking fun to watch, though, dude.
Mm-hmm. What else you got going on?
Did you see? I don't know if you saw Golden State Warriors and the Pistons. They played the other night, and
I haven't watched any basketball.
okay,
Not
so
one game.
Clay is doing like a little sideline hosting,
Commentating?
sideline commentating now, right? So he's there sitting doing commentating on the game, and after the game's over, Rodney Magruder from the Pistons gets into it with the Warriors bench, right?
Who's Rodney
So,
Magruder?
A backup dude on Detroit.
Like
Nobody
bench
worth mentioning, and Clay reminds everyone of such. Yeah, here's what went down.
Rodney Magruder, I don't know. This dude might be out the league soon. He's probably mad about that. Who knows?
Shots.
He's over here checking my guy. You good?
Everybody seems to be okay.
Bro, that is so ruthless.
Locker rooms there, but
Yeah, I don't know.
so that will end it right there. But
That's savage.
5
Over here
Warriors.
trying to start something like he's a good player or something. It's like,
So yeah, Clay straight roasting him, and
Dude, that's
sorry. Afterwards,
the disrespect coming out of that man is ruthless.
well, first of all, Clay calling it like it is. Let's be real. You know, Magruder trying to be somebody. Like, come on, dude.
The
what I'm
hilarious
saying?
part is, like, in terms of the global population, that dude is in the 1% of the 1% and the 1% of athletes.
True.
And you got Clay
Yeah.
being like, bro, you're
Just
not even a
dogging
good
him.
player, bro.
Just dogging him. Okay, here's Draymond after the game.
I don't know. I was in the locker room. But apparently he was taking up for Wayne Ellington. When the Roddy Magruder become the tough guy of the team? Like, I don't know, man. Everybody in the league tough these days. It's crazy. I've seen a lot of tough guys this year. I don't understand it. And don't nobody do anything. So, like, if you really wanted to do something, you could have done it. Over there talking like he's a team tough guy.
Bro,
The hell out of here.
I get it from Draymond.
Rodney.
You expect it from Draymond. But you can get a light-skinned goatee Clay Thompson
Yeah.
calling you trash, dude.
Juan, he was about to bring that town.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, Clay is one of the greats.
Oh, unreal, bro.
So
But still, it's just hilarious.
He can pretty much say what he wants to.
If this was the street, Clay was getting clapped. You know what I mean?
But Magruder, there you go. There's your 15 minutes of fame, just like courtside Karen. So you got famous, bro, off of that's as most famous as he'll ever be, though.
That's
Real
the-
talk. No
who's,
disrespect, but it will be.
Who's the who's the guy that Conor McGregor was like, who the fuck is that guy? Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, in
He's
the press
more-
conference?
yeah, he's more well-known for
he was
that.
like beaking Connor.
Yeah,
and he's
dude.
like, who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, classic shit,
He's
dog.
more well-known for that moment than any of his fighting.
I actually watched like Connor's greatest press conference quotes.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That highlight reel is long, son. It is fucking.
Dude, and he got some bangers.
Another classic. Him and Nate Diaz were going at it, and the reporter was like, "Okay, guys, I just want you to count to 10 and calm down." Connor's like, "He can't get past 5." So savage. Yo, speaking of which, Diaz, Ferguson, I'm hearing Ferguson called him out. He's like, you
really?
can get it at 155 or 170.
Really?
Quit talking.
That's a good fight.
So-
I like that.
And Cerrone and Sanchez's last fight. Diego Sanchez's last fight.
Low-key, Donald needs to retire, man.
Might be both of them retiring, but yes, this is Diego's last fight. So
I hope. The thing is, Donald is such a, like, just a warrior. Like, he'll never,
I think Donald's gonna send him out packing, son.
even, regardless of who's going to win the fight, Donald needs to lay it down, man. Like, that guy's been in so many wars. Does he have, like, 50 or 60 fights in the UFC?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something
Most finishes, most
something ridiculous.
most bonuses or something, right? He's got like some serious records, though. Yeah.
In terms of volume of fights, he's got it. Like, dude, you need to. Like, I love you, Donald. You're like a goat in my eyes, like fan favorite, greatest of all time type deal in terms of fans' eyes.
Oh, Hall of Fame. You know
But
what I'm
like,
saying?
you gotta stop. You're gonna get hurt. You got wife, kids. Like, you can do good things after the UFC. Because you got some of the news lately about like Chuck Liddell and some of the older guys. Like, it's not pretty, dude.
No, what's going on with Chuck Liddell?
No, there's just like clips coming out. I forget who it was.
BJ Penn, talk about not doing well. Fucking.
Oh, dude, he's been doing that for a long time. There's a photo that Noah and I send each other every once in a while, and it's BJ Penn, and he just took like a selfie. It was just like himself and this shitty ass swamp behind him.
Oh, God. Yeah, fuck.
And he's like, look at the leaves or some shit, like straight
That guy's
CTE'd out.
serious.
But like,
yeah, CTE out.
you gotta look at some of the old guys and be like, man, you don't want to end up like that. I don't know. I love Donald, one of my faves, but you gotta stop, please.
How old is he?
He's pushing 40 for sure. Speaking of pushing 40, Tom Brady, did you see the thing where he kicked his wife and kids out of
Yeah.
his
like that shit.
22,000 square
I like
foot
it.
house.
My kind of guy.
Bro,
This is why I'm rooting for him, bro.
they have, like-
I'm telling you, I knew there was something about him that I liked, and this is it, man.
Dude, I think they have 12 bathrooms in that house. They have like 10 bedrooms, and you're like, can you
gotta
stay?
go.
Not even can you stay in the West Wing? No. You gotta
go.
leave.
Yeah.
Dude.
Take those kids with you. God damn.
That
I think
is
that's
some,
G.
like-
That's G shit, man.
Determination, bro. Yeah, it's got me like. So I've watched a lot of like Colin Cowherd over the last couple weeks, and he's just been sucking Tom Brady's dick for the past week. I gotta say, man, I'm less locked in and confident in my KC pick now. Straight up, bro. Like,
I just this just reminds me of like we talked last time on the Patriots Giants. Nobody on earth was leaning towards the Giants. This feels exactly like that, bro. And like I gave you my reasons. Bucks can score. Offensive line done. Bucks got Vita Vea back. Like, yo, I'm gonna ride with Tom. We both old. I'm gonna ride with Tom. I think it's gonna be a lot fucking closer than people think, man. Like,
dude,
no one's giving the Bucks a chance.
I was like I said, after this week, I've got some more faith in the Bucks. I think it's gonna be a really good game.
Oh, it's gonna be dope.
I think it's gonna be a really good game.
Fuck yeah. I think it's gonna be one of the Brady and Mahomes, like goat versus baby goat.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Do you think Mahomes like surpasses Tom?
No. Let's just stop. Stop with that
I'm
shit.
just curious.
No. Like a lot of people are talking about that. If he wins this one. Okay, if he wins this one, cool. He's got the best start of a career as of anybody, but we're not at 6 yet.
I know we're not at 6 yet, but I'm saying like
He'll have the best start for sure.
But do you think like okay, so if Mahomes wins this one, what are the odds at that point that he passes Brady? I think those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, but wait till his salary kicks in and they can't afford nobody.
It's true. But you get 3 years.
And you got injuries. Like a whole
I
bunch
know.
of shit can happen.
You could say the same thing about Tom.
Yeah, he had it. He lost his season. Like he's had the injury. He's been through it.
So like, but Mahomes could go through the exact same thing and come out with just as many. Or I think he's gonna break all of Tom Brady's like passing records if he lasts like up until 40 years old. To be honest, though, Tom might play till he's 52. So who knows?
Yeah, I wouldn't count. I think Brady plays till what's he 43 right now? He was
At
saying.
least 45, at least, like minimum.
Yeah, I would say for sure. I think he's gonna go past it. Now, let's not forget he threw 3 picks. Should have lost the last game, right? It's not like he's exactly lighting it up like LeBron is. You know what I mean? Like LeBron's still the best player. I know it's 36 and different sport, but
43 and 36 are a long ways apart.
oh, especially when it's physical football
Long
too, man.
ways
Fuck yeah.
apart.
You know what I mean? So, no, I got confidence in him, man. I got confidence. Fucking
That old fuck.
kicking his bitch out and the kids too. That's even fucking. I like it
It's
even
probably
more,
because he's
bro.
getting dementia and can't remember the plays. He's really got to nail him down and focus.
No, yeah, he's like 3rd down, 4th down. What down we on, man? So we got a few coaching hires in the NFL, eh? So Urban Meyer with Jacksonville, right?
Do you want to like rate the hiring?
Yeah, I'll go through them.
You want to start?
And
with
then I
Urban?
got some press conferences that I want to go through too, because this shit is fucking gold, bro.
You want to do Urban Meyer first?
Yeah, we'll go Jacksonville, Urban Meyer. So he has a 187-32 record in college. Won three titles, 2 with Florida, 1 with Ohio State. Perfect coach, I think. He's got everything he wants. He's a god. He's a god in Florida. He's got the most cap in Jacksonville, and you got Lawrence. Couldn't be
He's
more
got
perfect.
full control. He's one of the best college coaches of all time, if not the best. The only thing that's iffy about him to me is that he's old, and he's had health problems before.
Yeah, the health thing is the only thing that worries me.
Yeah, but that being said, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think
he's gonna do really
I think
well.
he lights it up at Jacksonville, especially because that division is a gong show all the time.
Sorry here. The Jets hired Robert Saleh, San Francisco's defensive coordinator.
Really like this hire too.
Same. I thought he was gonna actually go end up in Detroit. But great hire by the Jets. super high energy guy. You can see his guys really, really would run through a wall with him. Like he just, I don't know, inspirational. He's a good motivator.
I think something that really speaks volumes to how well loved this guy is Deshaun Watson, who is, apart from Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best young QB in the National Football League, has this pick of teams that he could go to. Literally wherever he wants, he can choose, basically, because everybody wants him. And he said one of his top options was the Jets, strictly because of Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't speak volumes to how well loved and regarded this guy is a coach, nothing else will.
So in the 4 seasons as a 49ers defensive coordinator, he took their 32nd ranked defense and made it to top 5 in the last 2 seasons. Even after all the injuries they had this year, he had a lot of success.
Dude, he lost to everybody.
He's taken Mike LaFleur, Matt's brother, is going to have him on the coaching staff here with the Jets. And here's Richard Sherman, before he got hired, speaking about Salah on how good of a coach he would be.
Well, you got to give Coach Saleh, you got to give Robert Saleh an abundance of credit. You have to give him an unusual amount of credit, and I don't think he's getting enough credit. Not only here.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. Never mind. But anyways, sorry, I
And
lost that
Richard
video.
Sherman is a guy who, as much of a gong show as he is, you kind of got to listen to him when he speaks.
Oh, I love Richard Sherman.
He's a very when it comes to football and knowing football, he's a really, really smart guy. His
gonna be
football
one of
IQ
the-
is huge.
one of the best corners in history of football. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, Atlanta got Arthur Smith from the Titans.
Okay,
Offensive-minded coach.
What do you think of this hire? Because this one confused me a little bit.
I think he's really good. Atlanta's all offense, so that's with me. I don't know if I would have went this way because like they really need help on the other side of the ball. They got Jones, Ryan, Ridley. Like they got so many guys. Like their offense isn't the issue. So does that help them on the other side of the ball? I don't know. But Ryan Tannehill under Arthur Smith's tutelage greatly improved.
Yep.
QBR went from 48 to 71. Touchdown to interception ratio 3.9 to 1.6. Their offense in 2020 was second in yards per game and fourth in points. And among all offensive coordinators in the last 20 seasons, his offense is ranked first in red zone efficiency, second in yards per play, and fourth in scoring.
Those are big numbers.
But again, that's not Atlanta's need.
Nope.
So we'll see how it works out. I think, like I said, offensively, I think it's a really good hire. So
Here's the argument, though, right? Is like, do you try and shore up your weaknesses, or do you realize that you have an advantage or a strength, and you double down on your strength? I think there's arguments for both.
Well, I think the last 4 teams in the playoffs, I think they were like all in the top 5 of offense or something like that. So it's total offensive league. I
100%
get it.
it is.
But you're going to have to stop somebody sometime, right?
It's
you
true.
know what I mean? So
For me, though, like, if you're in a division with the Bucks and the Saints, like, you're not stopping either of those offenses. So your only bet is really to be able to compete in shootouts. And so I think they made the right play just based on their division. The only thing that concerns me about it, because I'm kind of backtracking on my own words, is the fact that he hasn't had that much experience. It seems to me like a little bit too much too soon for him.
I don't think so. I think he's going to do quite well, actually.
We'll find out. So Atlanta's been a shit show for the last 4 years.
Chargers hired Rams defensive coordinator Brandon Staley. This one totally shocked me.
Yep.
I said I thought Brian Dable would always end up going here. Went to school with the GM. But yeah, Herbert and Dable, like being offensive genius, you think, it'd be a match made in heaven. But again, they went against the grain, and they're like, we're going to hire Staley. And like what Staley did with the Rams defense this year was crazy.
Yep.
5 years ago, Staley was coaching Div 3. So,
This is
like,
another guy who's super.
talk about making your way up the ranks.
He's never even had an. Sorry, he went from like he was an offensive coordinator for 1 year.
He was a defensive coordinator last year in the Rams,
And that was
he
it.
was like a linebackers coach
The year before.
with Chicago and Denver, I believe, under Vic Fangio.
So talking about like lack of experience, this is someone who has very little experience, but apparently he was amazing in the interview, from what I've heard.
He's thought of very highly,
And all the players who play for him love him too. So we'll see how it works out. I think it's a pretty hard bag to fumble if when you got Justin Herbert in that offense and you have a solid defense with Joey Bosa and all those guys. Like the Chargers can win now, man. They got a really good roster, and they're in a division with the Broncos and the Raiders. So that's 4 division wins if they're playing well. So who knows? You think they'd be a playoff team next year?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're going to do some real damage next year.
I think so too.
When they get Derwin James back defensively, once they get right defensively and get those guys back, they're going to be fucking sick.
I think they're going to be a playoff team next year for sure.
Who else? Oh, yeah, Eagles got Nick Sirianni. He was the Colts offensive coordinator for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of surprised me, ain't going to lie. I had to do research on this guy. Didn't even really know what he was about.
I think this is a result of the job being terrible and nobody wanting it. I think this and the Texans' job nobody really wanted with the shit show that are those two organizations at the moment. So you kind of had slim pickings. You weren't going to get an Urban Meyer. You weren't going to get Eric Bieniemy. You weren't going to get top tier guys going there. So,
well, here's the thing with this guy here too. Frank Reich called the offensive plays in Indianapolis, right? This guy, to my knowledge, didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't want to say he's like not proving himself because I don't know what goes on obviously during the week and what he's doing. But like,
you have a coach who doesn't call plays.
The Houston Texans hired that guy Dan Cully, I think his name is.
You mean the 204-year-old?
Okay, exactly. He's been in the NFL so long. He's never held a coordinator position.
Mm-hmm. This is the same thing. Nobody wanted that job.
Nobody wanted to touch that job.
Nobody wanted that job, bro.
So, but anyways, he's Indianapolis had the top 10 offense 2 of the last 3 years. Finished 9th in scoring and 10th in yards per game. So we'll see how he does.
I attribute.
They got a lot of shit to figure out there. So
I attribute 99% of that to Frank Reich.
Same.
So I think the Eagles are going to be a shit show, which sucks because I really like Jalen Hurts. I think he pulled it together really well. Now, the real question is, okay, if this guy doesn't, I even forget his name. What's his name, Coach?
Nick Sirianni.
If he doesn't call plays, then maybe he's a great locker room guy. Maybe he really knows how to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know too much about
so,
this guy, so I can't really say. Like I don't know what goes on during the week, how valuable he is. But the Lions. So the Lions hired Dan Campbell. Mm-hmm. He was New Orleans assistant head coach, tight ends coach for the last 4 years. He had previous head coaching experience with the Dolphins. He's never held the title of coordinator either. Played in the league for 11 years. Also with the Lions for 3. Now, did you catch his interview?
No.
No. Okay.
Was it bad?
It was legendary. I'll say that. So, okay, we've all heard like the famous speeches, and I'm gonna go through them. Famous sports press conferences that are like, you know.
Okay, in what way is this legendary? That bad? Like terrible?
Bro. It was great, bro. Honestly, it was great. But we'll get to it. I wanna size up some other ones just to get some laughs here, and then we'll play.
Oh,
his.
You got a list of.
We'll play his at the end. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I got some famous ones that we all remember.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example.
Can you imagine trying to coach him?
And I'm not shoving it aside,
Nightmare.
you know, like it don't mean anything.
Yeah,
I
you
know
are.
it's important.
Yeah, you
I
are
do.
kinda shoving it
I
aside.
honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about
Dude, we get it,
practice,
bro.
man.
Like, no one will ever forget that. That guy's fucking God. Yeah. Here's another one that's beautiful.
Yo, who was that? Just so the fans know.
Oh, Allen Iverson from that time playing for the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Terrell Owens after playing against your Giants, and he's talking about Tony Romo.
You guys can point the finger at him. You can talk about the vacation. And if you do that, it's really unfair.
That's correct.
It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback.
That's ride or die, though, bro.
Do that, man. It's
That's
unfair.
courtside Karen, duck lips all the way. That's my quarterback.
It goes to the team, man.
So I think Romo went away with Jessica Simpson at the time. Was that
Fuck
who he
yeah,
was
let's
dating?
go, Tony.
So I think so, or something like that.
Did you
Yeah, what's up?
see him? I forget what show he was on. It might have been Breakfast Club.
We're talking Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was rating like best wide receivers of all time, and he put himself number 1. And then he put
Oh, Jerry Rice, like way down the list? Is that what it was?
Jerry Rice, like I think 5th. It was Jerry Rice. Who else did he put down super low? Holy shit. Anyways, he put Jerry Rice and Randy Moss like 5th and 6th or something on this list. He was like, I'm clear cut number 1.
First of all, Randy Moss is the best receiver ever
Of
in
all
NFL history. And I'm not biased. But, yeah, that's T.O. Are we surprised? You know, he's like, he's always about the soundbite, that guy, right? You know? So whether he believes it or not, I don't know.
Oh, he definitely believes it. That man was speaking from
But
the
yo-
soul when he was on.
That guy's like top 3 in a lot of categories for wide receivers.
Yeah.
Here's Dennis Green going nuts.
The Bears would shut him down that way.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes the third game in preseason like it's boom? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
I've never heard this before.
But they are who we thought they
That's
were.
old.
And we let them off the hook.
What's the context there?
They lost right at the end of the game, and he came out just pissed like that, and that's all he said. I don't know. Okay.
How are you going to call them up after getting your ass kicked?
Floyd Mayweather and Larry Merchant. Do you remember? This is after the Ortiz fight.
No.
So little backstory. It was a low blow. They came together to, I guess, apologize. Ortiz had his arms down. Floyd fucking boom, 2-pieced him, knocked him off.
I've seen that. Okay, that's what this is.
So that's what happened in the fight. And him and Larry Merchant, old guy interviewing him, start going back and forth, kind of. Here we go. Oh, shit. Sorry, one sec.
No. Okay, I've always seen.
I just lost it, bro.
I've always seen highlights of that, but I've never understood what was actually going on. Had the bell rung?
No bell rung.
So this was just the middle of the round. The ref hadn't stopped the fight.
Oh, I just deleted it. Yeah, there was a round was still going on. And was it like a low blow? I can't remember. It was like a low blow or something. And they're all like, okay, like, sorry about that, whatever. And then it's always like, protect yourself at all times. And that's what Floyd was saying. But it was like super cheap.
And he won the fight on that.
Yeah, because he 1-2'd him and Ortiz was knocked out.
Holy shit.
So it was fucked up.
I I wonder if that's like when because was that a long time ago?
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. I can't remember what year.
Like early into his career?
No, not early in his career. I want to say
Because like when did he start getting hate? Because I'd fucking
maybe
hate
like
him
10
after
years
that
ago.
too.
Maybe like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe longer even.
Floyd's been around for a minute, man.
We got. Do you remember Derek Anderson getting busted laughing on the bench when his team was getting blown out? I think it was Monday Night Football. The reporter asked him after what was so funny.
Funny, and I don't mean this to be sarcastic or pointed, but I mean, every now on Monday Night Television, a lot of fans are talking about it right now as a big problem with this team. Can you put into context what was going on at that moment? What caused you?
What Deuce and I talk about is nobody else's business.
Well, why was something funny when you're down 18 points in the fourth quarter?
It wasn't funny. I wasn't laughing about anything.
The camera showed you laughing.
Okay, that's fine. That's
and
fine.
Coach Gruden
That's fine.
commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
He was totally
Real
laughing.
serious. I put my
I'm
heart
sure he
and
was.
soul into this every single week.
All I'm saying is the camera showed
I'm
you
just
laughing.
telling you right now what I do every single week. Every single week, I put my freaking heart and soul into this. I study my ass off. I don't go out there and laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you what.
I'm telling you right now, we're talking. Deuce and I are talking.
What was the context in
I'm done.
which?
Sorry.
And he's like, yo, I come in here every week. Like, okay, that's not the question.
What
No
was
one's
funny?
asking you what you're doing during the week. They're asking you why you were laughing on the bench. Busted red-handed. The cameras caught him. And he's like, no, not me.
He literally just had like nothing on that whatsoever.
Like, you just look like an idiot when you're when you're busted red-handed like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
no
mean?
shit.
Like, there's so much proof. Like, you don't think a camera caught you, dog? What you got there?
Holy fuck, sorry.
Oh, sorry. So last one before I play the coach's interview. Jim Mora playoffs. You remember this one?
All right? And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Is that voice crack?
Playoffs?
Oh, it's like legendary. That playoffs. So, okay. That leads me to Dan Campbell, the new coach of the Detroit Lions. Definitely got to say, one of the oddest interviews I think I've ever heard. You guys can judge for yourself here.
This job bad because I felt like I knew this community. I played here. All right.
Sounds like Peyton Manning.
Just as an overall philosophy, you're going to say, well, what's this team going to be? What's it not going to be? Here's what I know. All right. I know that Detroit's made up of great people, some really good people. All right. This community is strong. This place has been kicked, it's been battered, it's been bruised, and I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that shit. So excuse my language. All right. Here's what I do know.
Here's where it gets weird.
This team
This is already
take
weird.
on the identity of this city. All right. And the city's been down, and it found a way to get up. All right, it's found a way to overcome adversity. All right, and so this team's going to be built on. We're going to kick you in the teeth. All right, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right, and we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up. And then it's
What
gonna take
movie
3
did
shots
you
to
watch
knock us
when
down.
you were
We're gonna
prepping
knock
this?
out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Dude,
We're gonna bite a kneecap on the way up. Throw the combo 1, 2.
this is why the Detroit Lions, that and getting Jeff Goff, is why they will not be making the playoffs. FYI, I couldn't be more happy that, as a Vikings fan,
Dude,
couldn't be more happy that they got hired for the
can
Detroit
you
Lions.
imagine being the GM, right? You hire this coach. Owner doesn't have say. I don't know what's going on in Detroit, but a lot of the times GM hires the coach. The coaches, this is the first time hearing this guy, and this is what
So
you hear on live television.
Oh, the Eagles. Nick Sirianni has one too.
We're gonna bite your dude. Nothing tops biting.
If you're interested, just look up the new Eagles press conference too. That was a bit weird too. It's all about systems.
You'd think if you're gonna like, we're gonna uppercut them, we're gonna knock them out,
We're
gonna head
take
kick
a
them.
kneecap off and keep going. And
Okay,
it's like,
dude.
okay, bro.
Okay, bro.
But
Weird dude.
yeah.
Speaking of Lions, because we never talked about this, Matt Stafford got traded to the Rams.
Yes, sir.
I absolutely love this by the Rams. Absolutely love every bit of this.
I have it here.
I'm sure you love it too. You got Jared Goff coming in your division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't be more happy, right?
Fuck yeah.
I got 9 fingers goof over here. So, now here's the thing. Okay, so Matt Stafford to the Rams for 2 future firsts, a third, and Jeff Goff.
Yep.
Or sorry, Jared Goff. What am I talking about? Here's now. When he left, afterward, he was like, "I just want to go where I'm appreciated and where they want me." Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know. The Rams gave up 6 picks to get him number 1. Right. Okay. To the Tennessee Titans, they gave up 6 picks.
Mm-hmm.
3 of those 6 picks: Derrick Henry, Jonnu Smith. There's a tight end who's really good, and fuck the third one. I'm just missing my 3 out of the 6 were unbelievable. Okay, and they had to give away more first round picks to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So they've given up a total of 9 first round picks. And this guy's like, oh, I want to go where they give up 6 first round picks to get you. They wanted you. So don't give me that bullshit where, oh, they didn't want you and you feel underappreciated. It's like a performance league. You weren't performing, so
yeah. The one thing I really got to give Rams ownership and Sean McVay credit for this is there's a lot of times where a GM or a coach will draft a player, specifically quarterbacks. They spend a lot of picks, money, whatever it is, to move up and get him, and then they whiff on the pick. He's a bust.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, okay, you know what, we can't win with this guy, and moving off him, they stick with him just to protect their own ego. Sean McVay was like, we're going to give up 9 picks, and moving off of him is the right decision. Like, that takes balls, bro.
We talked about it like maybe a month ago. Writing was on the wall for Goff, and when they played Wolford in the playoffs, even though Goff was healthy, and then Wolford got hurt, and then Goff came in, and everyone's like, well, if he was okay to play, why wasn't he starting?
Oh, he got benched.
That's when it was just like, okay, McVay really don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
So now also, too, Stafford asked for a trade, right, at the end of the year, and I'm a big Stafford fan. A lot of people dog him, and they say he hasn't played in many big games. But you tell me what Detroit Lion has in the last, ever since I've been alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They had Calvin Johnson, and they fucked that up so bad that he never wants to play football again.
We've always said when you're this bad, this long as an organization, it's the organization why you're that bad. It's
100%.
management. It's ownership. So he was with Detroit 12 years. Franchise leader in yards, touchdowns, attempts, and completions.
Mm-hmm.
So since Stafford's rookie season, Lions receivers led the NFL with 350 drops. Stafford's had 7 consecutive seasons throwing for 4,000 yards from 2011 to 2017. That's the 5th longest streak in NFL history. 74 wins as a quarterback, tied for 4th most. Sorry.
Stafford can ball, man.
I think so too, and with McVay's genius, I think it's going to be really good.
And he's got weapons. He's got an actual coach. He's got a defense. Like, I think they win their division next year.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty scary for everybody else. Like
the Rams, low key, and I've talked about this so many times, where if you know you're not a Super Bowl contender, don't settle for 8-8, 9-7, not making the playoffs, out in wild card weekend. It's Super Bowl or rebuild, in my opinion. And the Rams knew they weren't going to make the Super Bowl with Goff again. And they fucking did what they needed to do to get their guy. And, like, that takes balls. They're fucking their future potentially. But I think it's going to pay off. This is a Super Bowl team, in my opinion.
Here's the thing with the. I agree with the. Here's the thing. Okay, it's a fucked up thing. Okay, Goff. Going back to Goff, and then I'll talk about this. So Goff, 29 picks in 31 games. Lions also hired Anthony Lynn, ex-San Diego, LA Chargers coach.
Yep.
So now, for the Rams, top 6 players: Donald, Ramsey, Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and Whitworth. It's $110 million for those 6. Okay.
That's crazy that Jalen Ramsey isn't even on that list.
No, he is. He's second, 22.
Oh, sorry. I thought you didn't say him.
You have to add Gurley and Goff's dead money right now to next season's cap.
Mm-hmm.
So that pushes it to $150 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you only have roughly $40 million left for 40 players?
Can't they defer the dead money?
No. This is no, you can't. So this is where the problem lies. You have no depth whatsoever.
The one thing about the Rams, that again, you got to give them credit for, they can draft.
Yeah, they can draft.
They can draft. Like, every single one of their hits, Cooper, like...
Aaron Donald gets hurt.
Then it's a problem. But every single one
and he got hurt in the playoffs this year. We saw it.
Every single one of their picks, though, I also feel like Aaron Donald knew that they had to win on defense. And so he was pushed himself above and beyond what most normal humans can do. So I feel like him actually having confidence in the offensive side will allow him to not sit back, but at least take care of himself properly. But what I was saying, that like apart from Jalen Ramsey, everybody on that team has been a draft. Like was a Rams draft pick, right?
Yeah.
None of their star players were.
Well, they got Akers running back. He's gonna be really good.
Yeah. They draft, man. So like as much as they don't have depth, I have so much faith in that front office and Sean McVay.
And their first round draft picks that they gave to Detroit, they're gonna be like not high picks because they're gonna be good, right?
So like this is so worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I couldn't be. I'm actually happy for Stafford. So
am I. Dude. We talked about this like 2 weeks ago. He needs more love. He doesn't get enough love.
And a lot of people are after him. San Francisco wanted him. There was a lot of offers for him. So
it's crazy because if San Fran got him, dude, that team is unbelievable.
Yo,
you give Kyle Shanahan.
San Fran's trying to get my boy Cousins.
Dude, they're trying to get Cousins?
Yeah, they're trying real hard.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
What's the best ability? What's the best ability?
For what?
In sports.
Okay,
availability.
That's so wide.
Availability. So Garoppolo's missed 26 games the last.
I understand what you're saying.
Kirk Cousins missed 1. Kirk Cousins was a top 5 quarterback per PFF. I believe he's top 5 quarterback this year. Red zone, 27 touchdowns, no picks. Like people can shit on Cousins, but if you really go look at the numbers, and I've shit on him, he's my guy. His numbers are fucking disgusting. Like he wasn't the reason why we didn't succeed. So I can see why. And Shanahan, guy's a fucking genius.
Mm-hmm. The knock on
I don't want Garoppolo's bum ass. Get the fuck out of here, man.
The knock
you know what I'm saying?
Kirk Cousins has always been like he's great during the regular season, but in the big games he doesn't show up.
He's been my quarterback. I know the knock.
But the thing is, like, you can't compare the Vikings coaches to Kyle Shanahan. So you give Kirk Cousins Kyle Shanahan, and the pressure off of him to make plays and the right play calls, good play design, that makes his job so much easier.
I don't think Vikings are that stupid to do it.
I don't think so either.
But yeah, I was shocked to hear it too. But yeah, I've heard it from a few different places. So.
Can you imagine if Deshaun Watson went to the 49ers?
Oh, that's where I want him to land.
Dude.
They would have to give up Bosa and a couple other players on the defensive side probably and draft picks.
I think it's worth it.
Oh, I think so too.
Dude,
they would do it in a heartbeat.
And KC in the Super Bowl for the next 10 years.
So, okay, let's talk about Watson for a second then.
Okay.
So, he made the request weeks ago, right? That he wanted out. It wasn't official up until a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why he wanted out because they promised him input on front office decisions, i.e. general manager and head coach. He wanted them to interview Salah and Eric Bieniemy from Kansas City.
Yep.
They didn't do either. Ended up hiring a Patriots Nick Caserio, and as a general manager, sorry. And now they have another guy in their franchise, Jack Easterby. And from everything that I can gather, he's the problem, or one of the biggest problems on this team.
So what role or position does he have?
Okay, yeah. Glad you asked. This guy was the New England Patriots team chaplain.
Like pastor?
Yes. That's all his role was in New England when they were winning chips, okay? So this guy manages to get executive position in the Texans. Now,
what do you mean exec? How the fuck?
This guy's like making all the decisions. Well, I did research, Sports Illustrated, where I got a lot of this info from. Great article. They go into like how kind of like conniving this guy is and like how much he lies. Players come out and speak forward and like how he's like ruining the organization, and he's the guy responsible for getting D-Hop traded. And it's just fucked up, man.
That's
So
wild, bro. How do you allow that as an owner?
Crazy. He was in with the father. I think his name was Bob McNair. His son Cal is running it now.
Okay.
So he got in with the dad, and I think son taking over because of the relationship with him and his father had keeps him on, right? Kind of deal. Mm-hmm. So, hang on here. I'm gonna get.
You ever seen Game of Thrones?
No.
Fuck. There's a reference I want to make right now, but you need to watch some TV sometimes, bro. There's this one like dude who basically runs like a religion in Game of Thrones, and he ends up basically like running the entire fucking like the whole like kingdom type shit.
Okay,
Jack Easterby, bro. Straight up, yo, his name's Jack Easterby. Okay, I'm totally off here. I just about called this man Jack Sparrow, and that's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nice one. Okay, so this guy got hired as the executive vice president in April 2019. Started off actually low-level Jaguars intern, and then the Patriots chaplain.
I'm not crazy. His name's the High Sparrow in Game of Thrones, for those who get that reference. I thought Jack Sparrow, High Sparrow. Close enough, bro.
So Sports Illustrated talked to more than 40 people during this article.
Yeah.
Staff, players, whatever, everything, right?
People in the Texans organization.
So detailed accounts about him. He's undermining other executives and decision makers. I guess he was holding workouts this season during the COVID pandemic. You weren't allowed to, and he was like, fuck it, we're doing it anyways.
What a clown.
And this is before we actually knew everything, like with masks. Like there was no mask at these things. Like he was just doing it just to do it, right? I think he was like on public street, like at his house. All the players would show up and there was training on the road and shit. Real fucked up shit, right?
This guy's just power tripping.
Like I said, DeAndre Hopkins trade. Players thought that they were being surveilled outside the team building because of him. One NFL executive, not being mentioned, is he says it's a long shot story, right? You're not going to be a team chaplain, then 10 years later you're interim GM. That doesn't happen in our league, he says. Mm-hmm. Right? Super rare, like we were talking about.
He definitely has some dirt on the owner or something like that.
Well, like you said, he got in. Yeah, the dad was Bob McNair. Sorry, yeah, he got in with the father. The father heard him speak at some conference, I guess, back in the day. Taking a liking to him. Ended up hiring later in 2019. So, back when he was with the Patriots, there was a ring ceremony at Robert Kraft's house. They had, right? Everyone's there together. Get
Crafties
the rings.
left, right, and center.
Must have been great. Obviously, fucking great.
Unreal
night,
party,
right?
top shelf.
So, so he went back. He was with the Texans. He goes back to take part of the ceremony. He was with the team, right?
Yeah.
Nick Caserio is employed by New England at this time.
Okay.
Okay. So he goes over there, and him and Casario are talking like way too long. Everyone's like, "What the fuck's going on?" You know, you can't tamper with people under contract, right? You know what I'm saying? 100% what happened. So tampering charges were filed. It all kind of got brushed under the rug, I guess. But like as Robert Kraft, I would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? I invite you to my house to get this ring, and you're gonna undermine me and try and poach one of my guys."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm thinking this is a time when Robert Kraft went to the whorehouse and got a hand job. I don't know. Maybe that was then. Maybe not. Could have been. Who knows?
The pastor's giving him flack. Like, how are you gonna come down on me, bro? You're getting crafty.
So, oh, okay, yeah. Forgot about this part too. Sorry. He was actually in the Kansas City Chiefs organization. Okay. This was way back in the day.
Was your pastor there too?
Yeah. I believe he was like, he was kind of like the guy everyone went to when like when I was reading stories about like when people in New England couldn't talk to Bill Belichick, they would talk to this guy.
Okay.
You know, I don't know
Like
what you
HR,
call that, quality coach. Maybe these guys call that. I don't know.
HR for a team, basically.
But yeah, you know, he was like kind of like one of those guys.
Okay.
He was with the Chiefs when. Do you remember when the Chiefs player committed suicide in the parking lot?
No.
Okay.
How long ago was this?
2012. It was fucked up.
Jesus. Like outside the stadium?
Yeah. I'll do the rundown.
Holy shit.
So his name was Jovan Belcher. He was a 25-year-old linebacker.
Okay, I've heard that name. I didn't know he did it outside their stadium.
Yeah. So what happened? He killed the mother of his child. Ended up driving to the headquarters, and in front of Scott Pioli, Romeo Cornell, and Gary Gibbs, killed himself.
Holy shit.
So I'll give you the rundown for people that don't know. So Belcher was home between 6:30 and 7 in the morning, had an argument with, I think it was his baby mother, not his wife, but in the ensuing argument, pulled out a gun, shot her in front of his mother. Police arrived following a call, I think, from his mom. The woman was shot in her neck, chest, abdomen, hip, back, total of 9 times.
Jesus Christ, man.
So after murdering her, he drives his Bentley 5 miles to the Chiefs practice facility at Arrowhead. Stepped out of the car, pointed a gun to his head. GM Scott Pioli shows up. Belcher tells Pioli that he murdered his girlfriend and thanks him before asking Pioli and the Chiefs owner, Clark Hunt, to take care of his daughter. Pioli's there pleading with him to drop the gun. Chiefs head coach Romeo Cornell and linebackers coach Gary Gibbs arrive. They try and persuade him. Police dispatch to the scene. And I guess as the sirens, he can hear him approaching. Belcher told the guy, "I gotta do this, I can't be here." Knelt down by the car, made a cross, shot himself in the head. And there's actually photos of, you can see like blood on the gear shift of the vehicle and shit like that, right? So Easterby was here during that time, counseled a lot of players during this and coaches.
Clearly wasn't doing a good job.
So like, I'm shitting
Not to
on
make
him a
light of
lot,
that, but like, holy shit.
So pretty crazy. Also with New England with the Aaron Hernandez thing.
Yo, you got a bad track record, bro.
So like, those are pretty big fucking times in the NFL, right? So to be there to help out people, like, I guess you're gonna get a good name for sure, right?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of trauma in that. You got teammates like when you go to war, when you go to war with someone and someone kills himself or someone turns out to be a murderer, like that's wild. So obviously this guy like has good interpersonal skills.
Now now that I praised him, let me take him down a peg now. So he calls Martin Luther King as one of his role models. But when he was in a meeting with some of the Texans players, he asked players to think back to when they were growing up playing ball with Ray and Kiki in them. Like, that's what you're going to say to these guys, bro?
He's just trying to relate, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
He's just trying to make friends.
Okay, to your point, some players were even like, he's trying too hard,
But he's
They were
just
like,
trying.
Whatever, you know what I mean? They kind of like, some players brush it off. Some players pretty choked, right? Obviously, you're gonna get spectrum, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one player was
Ray Ray and Kiki.
Yeah, bro, come on.
Think about back
I
in
would've
the
loved to
streets
see
with like Ray Ray and Kiki.
the look on everyone's face as soon as he dropped that.
Dude,
Everyone's
I would have busted my ass out
Bro.
laughing, bro.
So one
That's
player was
so
so
funny.
convinced that he was being followed that he paid his friend to watch a car that he thought was following him. So went along to log license plate of unfamiliar cars.
Yeah. Was he actually?
2 other members of the organization shared the player's concerns.
Was he actually getting followed?
That never
Came out.
The Texans did not respond to questions about those accounts from Sports Illustrated. Obviously.
That sounds sus.
Yeah. So, also, he was going around telling everyone when he worked with New England that he was offered a lifetime contract by Robert Kraft. But Robert Kraft said that was never true.
He must be giving good crafties himself. You know what I mean?
Maybe,
For Robert
you
Kraft.
know what
What if
I'm
this
saying?
guy?
So-
What if this guy, low key? What if this guy just gives unreal hand jobs, and that's why he's so well loved by all the execs and players? He just knows how to work a hand job.
Well, he's got a job for life then, son.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You only get that lifetime contract doing one of two things: winning chips or giving hand jobs, bro.
There you go.
And he ain't winning no chips.
Are you going to follow your own motto here, though, bro? Hold on.
I ain't trying to win.
Preach, man. Preach.
I ain't chasing that lifetime contract, okay?
So I guess when the opportunity arose in Houston, novice owner with a son,
Yeah.
new general manager, they brought him over, right?
Which, as an outside hire, seems like a good idea. Someone to manage people so far, but then how are you going to give him executive decision-making powers over your team?
Well, this is the thing.
Roster decisions, personnel decisions. What are you
He
doing?
just kind of took the reins and started walking over people once he got his foot in the door.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just that kind of guy. He started just taking over every department.
Okay.
Okay, another thing. He said employees couldn't wear sunglasses during games unless there was discernible sun, because he wanted to look him in the eyes. I'd be like, dude, fuck you. I'm an adult. You're not gonna tell me when I can wear sunglasses when I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Sports Illustrated, they go back and it's like, this guy's like harsh lying on his fucking resume, and he's like, does it really? Pretty slick, like
in what way?
So, instead of like an assistant to the whatever, he would be like an assistant. You know what I mean? Like just slight words like that always makes himself sound better.
A little bit better, but also low key, bro.
Everyone lies on the resume,
dude. Have you seen my LinkedIn? My LinkedIn profile, bro. I'm a CEO, dude.
So 1,000% I have lied on my resume.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has. So I can't really knock him for that, I guess. But when they're like doing like a character search of you, as part of your job, and they realize like every job on your resume you've kind of lied about.
If you're a pastor and you're lying on your resume, dude, it's not a good look, bro.
So, what else here? Sorry. Also, too, the Texans, to help with their next head coach, I didn't even know you can do this. There's like a hiring firm you can hire, right? And they'll guide you on who's the best candidates, who you should hire.
Yeah, there's it's basically like not a recruiter, but kind of like a recruiter. There's a name. People do it all the time in businesses when they're trying to find people to hire, like a headhunter to go out and find you the best prospects, the best people for the job. Like that's makes sense.
Okay. Oh, I think Corn Ferry is the company's name. Anyways, so they gave him.
There's a fucking word.
They gave him some their choices, right? One was Omar Khan from Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Another one was Louis Riddick. He's on Monday Night Football. Both colored, right?
Yep.
They go against both those picks and they hire Caserio. So it's just like, why are you even hiring this firm
if you're not going to let them do their job?
Like, what's the point?
Yeah,
right?
straight up.
It doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? So, and like, here's the thing: like, NFL, I know they're racist because they have a rule called the Rooney Rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says you have to consider hiring a black coach.
Yep.
So you just can interview one guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then you fulfill a requirement because you interviewed him, and
Yep.
then you never can seriously consider him.
Yep.
We know this goes on. Like, for you to even have to have that rule, you're
foul.
a little racist.
It's foul, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. This guy seemed to has like got his foot in the door and causing a whole lot of problems. Not really qualified for the job, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's one thing about being a good chaplain. Like, what, Pope Francis is gonna be the next fucking coach of the Raiders, son? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So, and when you have like a lot of players that can't speak well of you, you know what I mean? When your former players, a lot of them don't have good shit to say about you.
Dude, I don't know why that's so funny.
But we all talk though, right? You know what I mean?
Straight up, bro.
Fuck out of here with your chaplain ass, man.
Yeah, it's fucking funny.
So that's why the Texans are the Texans.
Yeah,
though.
dude,
You're gonna
they're
have a fucked up franchise. No wonder why Deshaun wants out.
Props to Deshaun, man, for
You
not.
got a chaplain trying to tell you what to do. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Props to Deshaun, bro. You have to know when, like, you have to be able to put your foot down. And I think one of the most touching things was J.J. Watt when they lost their last game of the season. There's a clip of this. J.J. Watt's got like his arm around Deshaun.
Oh, apologizing?
And he's literally like, "I'm sorry." And Deshaun's like, "What are you talking about? We'll get him next year."
We ruined one
No,
of
and
your
he's like,
yeah.
JJ's like, "We shouldn't be here. We should have 10 wins. We wasted one of your fucking years, man. I'm so sorry." Like, when you have J.J. Watt walking beside you saying, apologizing profusely on behalf of an organization, you know shit's fucked up.
Every coach and player said Watt's never playing another game in Houston either.
And I don't blame him.
And like, here's the thing. I know he just signed that deal, and everyone would be like, "Well, that's not fair. He just signed that deal. He should honor the contract."
Nope.
Owners get rid of players all the time.
100%.
So Deshaun, I heard he's willing to sit out the whole year. He scrubbed his whole social media. It just says athlete, no Texans, nothing.
The biggest fuck you. Good for him, man.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think if I had to pick a team, I think it's going to be the Jets. Who do you think?
I think the Jets are in the best position to make the move. The Jets would work. Who else would work?
At the time I wrote this,
There was someone else that I was thinking of.
it was Jets plus 250, Dolphins plus 300, Panthers plus 5, 49ers plus 700, Patriots plus 900.
The Patriots would be good. The Panthers, I think, would be good. I don't see the Dolphins doing it. I know the ownership group really likes Tua. Even though if I was them, I would do it. Deshaun Watson is unbelievable, bro.
I would love to see him on the 49ers. I think he would look so dope
Dude,
in the red and gold.
that is a Super Bowl favorite if Deshaun goes to the 49ers.
But I think he ends up in the Jets.
Yeah, I think you're right. Also, I saw an interesting thing.
What's that?
I think it was Colin Cowherd, who I get all my sports shit from.
Yeah.
He said that an interesting trade package, he's like, I doubt it'll happen, but it should happen, is what happens if the Raiders said, here's Derek Carr, Wallard, and our first-round pick.
Yeah, Carr's officially on the block, so...
So Carr is a good QB who you can win games with. You get Wallard, and you get a first-round pick. That's, like, and Deshaun Watson to the Raiders, playing Patrick Mahomes twice a year and Justin Herbert twice a year, dude.
Here's the thing. They have nobody on defense to give the Jets, and I know the Jets
That's
want
true.
defensive players, so I think they're out of it just because of that.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be whoever he ends up on, they instantly become a real team, which is crazy.
Yeah, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good.
Texans keep saying they have zero interest in trading him. Okay.
That's over.
Well, you have fun with whatever quarterback's going to be playing because they ain't going to be Deshaun this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All right, bro, you want to end it on that?
Yeah.
I'm fucking exhausted, so.
do
All right,
it.
everybody. Sorry that we couldn't get you 2 episodes this week. I've been a busy boy. Highly Unlikely Pod everywhere. Social media, give us a follow. Whatever you're listening to on, subscribe, like, leave us a review. Tell us how much you love us. We know you love you, or you know that we love you. It's been a long week. We'll see y'all fuckers next week.
Peace.